Mary Kay Ash once said, "Do not limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. We definitely cannot limit ourselves to what we think we can achieve. When we do that, we do not only fail to our companies, but we fail to ourselves. Especially in time of crisis and in time of great pressure, we have to do what we believe in, and in what we believe we will accomplish. Remember that in letting ourselves to do only what we have to do and stop there because you do not want to do more is a grave error. We cannot let ourselves go home and tell our family that we failed. If this already happened, then do not sit with your arms in your pockets doing nothing. Start by standing up and starting from the beginning. Starting from nothing is a great beginning. We cannot afford to have excuses that we cannot do something because it is too hard. We set our own limits of what we can and can't do. Let's never allow ourselves to put a low limit on what we can do. Break that barrier. Most of our fears are in our mind. Let's start by convincing ourselves that impossible is just a word and nothing more. One of the greatest advantages of working harder is that the company will flow better and the company will expand to new horizons. This is a great opportunity that every one of us could give to our company and to ourselves. By expanding, we're making not only the company better, but we are also making ourselves better. We're not only growing as a company, but as a person too. Every time we start to work harder and harder, equals the more that we start to achieve in a particular day. If the company one day falls down, then we are all ready for it. Because of our hard work, we're not going to need to start making new habits, because we're going to have them. By working hard is the only way that a company can survive. When working harder, we also develop new habits and working influences that may be essential later to find a job, not only faster, but also a better one. If we knew that we gave 100% of our determination and the company still failed, then we know that we are ready to move on and find another job. In the contrary, if we knew that this company failed maybe because of our laziness or because we could not develop the new habits of working harder, then it is going to be very hard for us to find a new job, and it will stay in our conscience forever. Remember to stay off the path of laziness. It will never help us in any way. Remember that when we start falling into that path, we start becoming mediocre, not only with our company, but with ourselves. Laziness will also make it harder for us to gain respect in our companies. When our peers start looking at how we are wasting time, they will start noticing, and we will either corrupt them in doing the same, or we will cause them to hate us for our mediocrity. Always remember that the harder we work today, the less work that we're going to have tomorrow. This graph tells us how if people work hard, they can get ahead. This seems to be very true, since this graph tells us that every country listed can get ahead in its job by just working hard. So in most jobs you can get ahead of your work. The phrase, "do not leave until tomorrow what you can do today," becomes essential when talking about this. Working harder and getting ahead of the game is not only beneficial to the company, but it is also beneficial to us at one point. Getting everything done before the actual due date is a very good habit that we can start developing from now. It may be a job saver. We can never know. Especially in times when business is doing bad, we cannot let ourselves start living until tomorrow what we had to be done today. When people start falling into this path, everything becomes worse. Not only in working, but also in living. Whenever we receive our paychecks, we should really think to ourselves, did I really deserve this? The answer to this question will reveal to us whether we are actually working and helping the company or just slacking off and watching time pass by. When thinking about productivity, we should also think about time. Time goes by really fast, and we cannot afford to watch it pass. It will only lead to boredom, and it will later lead to hatred. We will start hating our job when we start getting bored. When having hatred to our jobs, remember to look left and right to your working peers and ask yourself, do they really deserve this? Do they really deserve being punished because I do not like my job? The answer, 100% of the time, will be no. So what we should do is either quit our job or start being productive. In times of crisis, the company will have to start getting rid of the weak and will of course keep the strong. What I mean by this is that the company will start dismissing the mediocre and lazy workers, and will keep the hard-working and productive workers. In the experience that most of us have seen happen is that this happens all the time, even when being the funny and friendly guy. If we do not help the company, then the company does not need us. Intelligent people are the kinds of people that learn from their own experience. But wise people are the people that learn from the experiences of others. In this situation, we have to remember to be wise, because we cannot afford something else. One advice that is very helpful is to be surrounded by the strong. They will guide us in a proper way, and working with them is working in a better, working, and sane environment. If you can do more, do it. That will help you be in a comfortable place and will help you be in the strong side of the company. Finally, above all, we must never forget that hard work is the key to success. I am a great believer in luck, and I find that the harder I work, the more I have of it. Thomas Jefferson. Thank you for listening.